Today I've got an organizing project in front of me and I thought I would bring you guys along. Okay, so I have this closet. It is right outside my inventory room where I keep all the inventory for my online shop. This closet has some inventory, it has some Patreon goodies, it has some storage things like some keepsakes and finished albums and things like that. And I've organized it a couple of different times since moving in. I'm starting to, I think, kind of hone in on what I actually need, what I want in that space, which is good. But after a busy season, there are some sections that need to get organized because I have found myself double buying. And that's always a sign that you got to look at your organization if you find out you're buying some of the same things over and over again. That's what we're going to take a look at today. I'm going to give you a little tour of the closet. We're going to pull some things out of the closet, do some rearranging. My goal is to reorganize, refresh without buying any new organizing supplies. I have a lot of organizing supplies. I have a lot of bins. I have a lot of things. I don't want to buy anything new. And so let's see what we can do with what I have. Okay, so we're going to come in here. This is the closet. It's a pretty good size and parts of it are working pretty darn well. And then parts of it need to be adjusted mostly as you go down. Like this stuff is this is a little out of control. This is stuff that all needs to be dealt with. And so that's what I want to work. This doesn't need to be, there's just things that don't need to be here anymore that I want to change up. So here's what I'm thinking. We're going to leave this as is. This is correct. This works. Those are all the different covers that I have available except for these down here, which I'm going to figure out how I can move those up there. This system works pretty well, but I need to make some adjustments to it for dashboards. And then there's just a lot of cleaning and organizing that needs to happen. So I'm going to start pulling a few things out because we're going to have to work with that. And pulling it out will give me a fresh look at what's happening in the space, which will help me kind of figure out what we need to do next. Step one is most definitely clearing out the space. It just gives you a chance to see it with fresh eyes. And I did not clear each and every little thing out. I cleared out the things that I knew I didn't like where they were. I knew I didn't like the organization. I knew that they had overflowed. I knew that they had accumulated in ways that I wasn't super pleased with. So that's what I started clearing out. Then I could accurately see what space I had to work with. And I think that that is a step that we really need to take when organizing any space in our homes or any space in our craft rooms. You have to be able to look at it with fresh eyes. Staring at it with the supplies in place doesn't often result in fresh ideas or new ideas that will really make the space work well. Okay, so what I did was I pulled everything out that I knew was in the wrong place. Like all the things that I knew I didn't like where they were, I pulled them all out. I left all of the supplies that were pretty close. I just didn't pull these out. I know where they're gonna go. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of rearranging in here, and then I gotta move those, and then we're gonna start adjusting from there. So that's the plan. It's hard to film in here for sure because it's a tight space. I'll see what I can do. I think next we're going to conquer where those need to go. And I also have to make room for another set of covers. So we will kind of see how that goes. And once that's done, we'll just keep going, keep trucking through, getting this thing organized. While I am organizing inventory for my online shop, I think a lot of the things I'm going to be doing are really applicable to lots of different places in our craft rooms. And this first step is about condensing supplies. Condensing supplies makes room for more supplies to come in. There's lots of different categories of craft supplies within any craft space, whether it be a closet, a room, a bookshelf, whatever the case may be. And there's different seasons of lives, different seasons of creativity where you may have an overage of certain areas. So maybe there's a time when you are very much into scrapbooking and you have a ton of papers, but you work your way through and it condenses some. Maybe there's a point where you are very much into crochet and then that kind of dwindles later on. You can condense the area that those supplies are taking up and always leave room for new things to come in. I think it's pretty impossible to think that you're never again going to buy another craft supply. So having space to breathe, having space for categories to grow, I think is really the mark of a well-organized space because it's really practical. There's going to be new things that come in. So by condensing my different covers in this way, it's really allowing me to plan ahead and to grow this part of my inventory, which is a goal I have for my particular business. The other thing you'll see me doing in this section is using my label maker and labeling the things that I put in so that I can easily find what I'm looking for. Now, here's the tricky part. I'm actually going to do the opposite right here, and I'm going to take off all the labels. So these are the dashboard inserts that I offer in my shop. Once again, I'm going to condense. I had these separated not only by the theme of the insert, but also by the size. It turns out I did not need that much separation. I didn't need to micro organize it quite that much. And that's another trap that we fall into when we're working with our supplies is we tend to get a little too micro organized at times, and it's hard to maintain that level of organization. So for me, it made more sense. I didn't need all of those different shelf dividers. I needed a section for each theme of dashboard. And then you can see it's already going to be grouped by size. I don't need to have all of those separated in a different way. This is allowing me to, once again, condense my supplies, make room for fresh supplies, and I can actually just see things a little better with less of the really detailed organization. Something to consider for sure. Okay, so I'm feeling good about this. I have all the covers kind of condensed and lots of room to grow for new covers that are coming. Dashboards, again, condensed plus room to grow for new dashboards that are coming. And now I'm going to start to deal with this area over here. This side is meant to be all Patreon things, and I want to deal with the things that are on the floor and get some organization going. This one's going to be really hard to film, but I will do my best. We're going to just keep shifting things around. You can see I have all of these extra shelf dividers now that I can use to organize Patreon stuff, which is going to be really, really helpful. Okay, so this is all about storing things based on how often you need to access them. I have all of these create books that are for the entire year of 2026. They go out monthly to my Happy Mail Club Patreon members. I don't need to access these on a regular basis. In fact, I only access them once a month. So instead of having them in a more prime real estate location that I can get to very easily, I'm actually moving them up higher. I don't need the access all of the time. I can stack them up. I can still use my little step ladder, grab them when I need them, and it's going to work out much better for me. It's a better use of space. So as you're taking a look at your closet, your room, whatever it is, think about moving the things that you don't use as often, move them to those less desirable locations within your craft space. Now, my next task really has to do with categorization. I have a lot of different Happy Mail products that I send out to my patrons each month with those create books, and they had gotten jumbled in all sorts of crazy ways. I had previous Happy Mail mailings, bits and pieces left over from them. I had future ones. I had current ones. I had all these different bits and pieces that were kind of just jumbled together. And while they did work in the fact that it was all the Happy Mail stuff was all on one shelf myself previously, I never knew what I had. And that is where the double ordering came in. Sometimes I ordered things that I already had and I didn't need again, or sometimes I didn't have the things I needed for Happy Meal because I didn't realize that I hadn't already ordered it. So having it organized and divided out, categorized by the pouches that I send out each month, the printed papers and cards that I send out each month, and then washi tape, stencils, dividing it all up like that allows me to more easily see what I have and then more easily grab what I need when I start to pack the Happy Meal. I do like to keep it in the clear containers. These are from the Walmart line of Home Edit, which I'm not sure that they carry anymore, but I know they are available at the Container Store. Getting these organized and sorted is also allowing me to take them out of their packaging. I do this all of the time in my craft room, so it just makes sense that I would do it also in the inventory closet. I frequently take things out of the packaging that they come in, oftentimes because there is a better way to contain that particular supply, because the packaging makes things all kinds of different sizes. If I can just group, for instance, the washi tape that I have for future months, group those in a little bag, that is much better than the actual packaging, and it just allows you to see things a little bit clearer. So that is something that I frequently do in my craft space, and it's making it much easier to find the things that I need in my inventory closet as well. Organizing is a process, and it's a process that you're going to have to revisit and revamp over and over again. No one would have said this closet was ridiculously unorganized before, and I could certainly find what I needed, but this feels better, feels more efficient. It's a system that I think is going to work for the time being. It's probably not the end all be all. There are probably some updates that will happen in the future, but I do appreciate what it looks like at this point, and it's allowing me to get to my things a little bit easier, which I think is the goal of all organization, whether it be in your bedroom, in your closet, in your craft room, in your kitchen. Being able to use the things you have in an easier manner, being able to know what you have, is really the goal that you are working towards, because that is just going to make life simpler. It's going to make it more fun to use your supplies. That's why I spend the time organizing. I know it takes away from creating time, but it's going to be worth it in the end. All right, let me wrap this up and then I will show you the finished product. Let's check it out. Okay, here is the completed closet. I am sweaty from moving things around. It may not look much different to you all, but it feels really good to me to have it organized, to know what's in here. This will be for upcoming product that is on its way. I have all my Patreon stuff over here. Create books for 2026. Then these are upcoming things for Happy Meal. This one is on its way right now. Things I'm having printed. Stickers that are for Happy Meal. Washi tape, stencils. All of that is Happy Meal oriented. These are some leftover goodies from previous Happy Meals. What I usually do is package those up and send them out to additional patrons every now and then. And then what I really like is that you can see the floor. And here's why: because I have new product coming in all the time in boxes. And if this floor is open, then the boxes can live in here and out of the way, which is stellar. So this feels really great. Feels like I can find what I'm looking for. It was a tight squeeze to get in there, but I think this is going to work really well for now. Okay, so here is also, I'm going to be completely honest, this is my inventory room. I don't know if you all have seen this, but in case you're wondering if everything is wonderful and perfect, no. It's still a mess in different places, and we won't even go into this closet because it is my shame, and I feel like that's like my Monica closet of shame. So that's a project for another day, but I just wanted to keep it completely real that you work on one project and that's great, and then another project gets a little crazy. All right, not the most exciting, colorful organization project, but something that needed to be done nonetheless. So thanks for coming along with me. I hope it kind of inspired you. I know a lot of you work with closets for your crafting supplies, and so a lot of times it's like Tetris, moving things in and out and around to make it work, and you have to refresh systems even if you've had them before. you got to refresh them along the way. So that's what I did, and it feels really good. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon crew. They have seen the evolution of that closet in that inventory room since the beginning. If you are interested in more behind the scenes peeks, then Patreon's the place to be. Head to patreon.com/ScrappyWife to find out more. All right, I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.